Why do I keep going to church? It's a good question to ask, because I've been going to the same church ever since elementary school. Unfortunately, though, when this question is asked, it usually starts a person down a path in which they inevitably leave the church they're going to. And when they do leave, their reasoning usually does make sense in their mind. I left because they're not conservative enough and they don't take the Bible seriously. The world is changing, and that church didn't have any biblical answers to the social problems that we see around us. The music sounded like something out of the 1800s, like a dirge. When they come to your church and they start telling you their reasoning for leaving their other church, the music was too loud. It wasn't somber enough. Usually you have to stop and think, like, that's not really a good reason to leave. But you wanting to be polite to them, tell them, oh, we're thankful for your being here, and we hope we are a warm and welcoming church for you. But what happens is you have churches that are filled with like-minded people who just like to pat each other on the back thinking, hey, we're not as bad as that conservative/liberal church down the road. We take the Bible seriously, and we have answers to the problems that we see around us. But it's sort of like a hippie love fest in a Christian kind of way. I understand how everybody wants to be around like-minded people who hold the same views as they do. And they want to, whenever they walk into a church on Sunday, feel like they're at home. Though, if you're going somewhere and pretty much everybody agrees with you, everybody has the same skin tone as you, everybody speaks the same language as you, everybody drives, the same kind of car, everybody is from the same socioeconomic background, they have similar jobs, white collar, blue collar, whatever. I submit to you that you're really not going to a Christian church as laid out in the Bible. You're really going to just a country club. Even though it hasn't been easy, and I have many reasons to leave, I haven't left my church. It's a conservative Baptist church, and if you've watched any of my videos, and I encourage you to watch them all, I in no way am a conservative. So why haven't I left? As I've walked in my journey of faith, I've come to understand many things about myself, and I've come to understand what it truly means to be a Christian. One of the first things that I've learned is that God has told me where He wants me to be. Many times in my life, there have been questions about what direction I should go. And I've always prayed to God and asked Him, hey, where do you want me to go? I've sought out wise advice. And time again, God has let me know. He said, I want you to go this direction. And I've gone that direction. And in this case, God has not told me to leave the church that I'm going to, even though it can be very difficult at times to stay there. One of the other things I've learned is church is not a place to go to feel good about yourself. Too many times people expect a church to have a motivational speaker vibe. So whenever they leave the church, they always feel good about who they are and what they're doing with their lives, even if what they're doing in their lives is terrible. And I've learned throughout my life that if you're going to church wanting to be fed, wanting that spiritual high, wanting to go feeling pumped after leaving, you're going to be disappointed time and time again. For me, going to church isn't about being fed, but it's me going to feed. And occasionally, and sometimes more than occasionally, I will be fed in the process. But that's not my end goal. Now, I could probably come up with lists of reasons why I'm staying or reasons why to go. But let's just say this. If I did leave and sought out a church with more friendlier understanding of what and who I am, I would be robbing my church of a perspective that they might not ever be exposed to if I leave. When we segregate ourselves into safe spaces of like-minded people, our reasoning becomes nothing more than unquestioned dogma. There's been so many times when someone in my church has questioned one of my ideas and my reasonings behind what I'm saying or doing, and I've had to reevaluate that idea and had to think about it deeper and have to go farther than what I had been thinking. Just because somebody with a different point of view had actually taken the time to understand me and to question what I was thinking. And for me, this was a good thing because it sharpened who I was and my reasoning ability. Well, these are just some of the reasons why I stay. What it really comes down to for me is that I have to show the world that being a Christian means being different. And in this case, being different means staying with people who might disagree with me on topics and on an approach to the world. I don't think I have to point this out, but we live in a divided time in which people don't show love and respect to each other, even though we should, because we're all made in the image of God. And one of the things that distinguishes us as Christians is that we show this love and compassion to each other, and we don't abandon the church, even though times have gotten hard. And of course, if you liked the video, hit the like button. And if you know anybody who'd be interested in this video, share it with them. And of course, subscribe. And if you want to be notified of all the videos that I upload, just hit that little bell and you'll be notified. God bless and have a good week.